security, IoT, big data, smart city, and IT of different subjects. He is also member of ACM and senior member of IEEE. He has authored or co-authored more than 50 research articles that are published in various journals, books, and conference proceedings. He has edited or co-edited 14 books and conference proceedings in the area of soft computing. He received his PhD in computer science and engineering from Anna University, Chennai, India, in 2016-17. He is the book series editor also of Internet of Things, and lots of other books also in his credit. He is editor-in-chief of International Journal of Machine Learning and Network Collaborative Engineering. Also another editor-in-chief, International Journal of Hyperconnectivity and Internet of Things. He is also co-editor of Ingenieria Solidaria Journal. Also associate editor in International Journal of Information Retrieval Research, IJI Global USA. He has been guest editor with IGI Global USA and in the science. So with this brief biography of Dr. Solanki sir, I would like to invite sir to start the session. Now it's over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nayyar, for speaking about myself. And I'm thankful to Dr. Pradeep for giving me the opportunity to speak in this FDP. Really good to meet online all of you, and we would be having next 90-minute around talk. Let's see how jovial and good it will be. So Nayyar, I want to share the screen. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is really good.
But I am not able to see the screen. Is there? Let me try once again. Just give me 1 minute. The point is I'm not able to see the screen. Let me try again. Just 1 minute, please.
Okay. Take your time, sir.
Yeah. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, visible.
And so point is that when I am opening this, then okay, fine. Perfect. So a very warm welcome to each one of you to joining this 5-day FDP in Manu, Central University, Hyderabad. Once again, formally thankful to the coordinator, Dr. Pradeep, for inviting me to this talk. Thank you, Nayyar, for speaking a few lines about me. However, it's pleasure to meet you all online. Let's start it. So the point is, this FDP is about the data science and associations of the data science technology. I've chosen the word as a data science is a future business perspective technology. So let us try to see why I wrote this title. For your information, this 19-minute, I'm not going to take any particular topic like where you may feel bored or like you might feel what's things going on. But definitely it is an eye-opening PPT, and some takeaway which you can have after the FDP is you'll be able to know like how the data science is driving our life and how it's taking the shape. Let's see.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Nayyar.
Sir, can you put in slide mode, please? Presentation mode.
Okay. Just a minute. Now it's fine?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's fine.
Perfect. Thank you, Nayyar.
Right.
So let's start it from the data science. Like you people have not heard this term before 2019. So maximum people who are joining this FDPs are the faculty member from various institutions who are working under the AICT. Many research scholars and students are also there. So important point need to be seen by our side is when it comes, like whenever we start any topic, one word comes in front of our mind is we want to know about the history. The data science, as far I'm able to collect some information through Google, I find that in first time in terms of the BTech AI and BTech data science started in 2019 with permission to the AICT chairman, Professor Sehasrabudhe, who also inaugurated today's FDP in morning. So prior to 2019, if we say data science was not there, not like that, it was there, but it was have a various different forms. But now officially you can call like BTech in data science or BTech in AI, so on. In early 2019, the AICT also requested to the engineering colleges to start it, not only data science, but at that time they started with the blockchain, machine learning, robotics. So in nutshell, if I brief the degrees, then it is like BTech in data science, BTech in AI, BTech in machine learning, BTech in IoT, BTech in cybersecurity. However, the point to be noted is prior to that also there were BTech, like software engineering, security, BTech CSC, BTech IT, but they believe that it is a time to change it. So the one important question which you must keep in your mind is, what is the need for this? What immediately happens? So the government is introducing these courses. This is the first point which you should keep answering with yourself. I think you are yourself can give a best answer. The All India Council of Technical Education, which we call as the AICT, says that in 1920, nearly 127 diploma institute and 663 undergraduate college across the country opted this course. However, this course was new. Many were in the dilemma, like, will it work, will it not work? Because you know very well, whenever new courses come, it's not easy to give a trust in the hands of user, which so-called as management, institutions, or as well as with the students. So across the country, it was started. People start showing enthusiasm. AI was there, data science was there, and so many things. And the surprising point is that it covers less than 10% of the total number of engineering institute. But again, even if 10% are taking, let us compare it with 19 to 21. So the first question is, when 2019, the AICT requested to the institutions, they started, but merely the 10% people shown interest. So the one important question which you can compare with this slide to the next slide is, you people will able to see in 19 when only the 10% people were there. In the 21st, if you compare just 10% with this, it's very, very surprising, very, very surprising. In 21st century, which is ruled by data science, whether you are doing anything, I can give you open challenge. Any business, you give me the example, I will tell you where data sciences is. You can take any business, any industry. Slowly, peoples are going towards a technology age. It provides a valuable insights into the consumer behavior also that can lead to increased conversions, more detailed market analysis for competitive advantage in pricing strategy, product development, improved operation efficiencies, and minimize risk exposures through accurate forecasting model. Last 5 years, just you check mostly last 5 years in the entrepreneurship, and if you compare it with the last 15 years, you see that the technology has taken a really good shape. And specifically, it's easy for us, like last 2 years, mostly things are in online. People cannot imagine that hospitals can work online. Even the government institutions can work online. Private institutions can also work online. And not only these all, whatever things you wanted, maximum things are service available online because of the coronavirus, because of the COVID. So is it a helpful step for data science, or it's not a helpful step? We will check in the few next slides. In the LinkedIn 2020 emerging job reports, if we look, the data science is on the top, third year in a row. So 19, the government compulsory feeling we should start data science. It means that in the 17, 18, 19, they have understand the necessary indications to change the courses form. And in the India Inc. is witnessing the rapid digitalization of businesses and service, making it the second largest hub for data science in the world. Suppose if you remove or if you do not read this line, prior to 2017-18, India is always the highest number of hub, what we can call manpower in providing the IT services to the world. It's not new. If you go little bit behind, whether you go in IBM, TCS, or you go to Google or anywhere, or whatever the services you see, the Indian contribution cannot be forgotten at this stage. The analysts start predicting that country will have more than 11 million job openings by 2026. In fact, since 2019, the hiring of data science industry has increased by 46%. Yes, this is a most important point which you can give it to yourself or to your student, or we can hope why the mostly institutions wanted to open the courses with data science. So in the brief point, noted to be that especially as the technology is increasing, the data science usage is automatically gearing a speed, and they believe that now you see that if I ask you like a Java programmer, or if I ask like an Oracle programmer, I'm not saying that these are not in market or they are not in demand. The topic totally focusing to data science, and the study what I have done, basis of that from the Google, I would like to state that the data science has really a lucrative offers with high packages in future. Now the question is right now 2021, and we are expecting by 2026, it means what? So simply they are assuming that as the new courses are started, the courses completion itself take 4 year, 3 year or 4 years. Suppose if you are going in a BSc data science, it can take 3 year. If you go with BTech data science, it can take 4 year, and so on. So probably 3 to 4 year after, either we have to reshape the IT jobs in the connections with data science, or either we have to realize to our generation, like the job which you are going to give, it's connected with direct or indirect data science. So we will call it over here is 46% hiring. It's a prediction only. Nobody know in 2026 it could be 46, it could be 36, or it could be 66. So the motivation comes from this slide itself. Market is definitely supporting a lot for data science peoples. Now question comes, why data science? And before 2019, so when a history point of view, you have to speak up, you can say that in 2015, 2012, 2017, of course, big data was there. Of course, data mining was there. Of course, data warehousing was there. But as such, there is no much name of data science. So data science has critical application across most industries. Organizations, big and small, need data science to make decision, analyze market trend, and minimize loss and maximize profit. Dear participant, one thing you need to understand very carefully, that improvement of technology is not only a yearly word. How the technology is improving, when the technology is improving, and tomorrow what it take a shape, it's completely depend upon the name of industries, how they wanted to see it. Each one of you must sit sometime 5 to 10 minutes silently and see that in the past 2 years, when COVID was there, how they were surviving. You cannot give me even a one industry which you can say is a down, which is completely vanished. I'm talking about a technology part of view. So it is completely revamping, taking a new shape. Like I told you when I started my talk, every services is available online. It means that it is a business. Now question is, everyone wanted a business. And third point is that data is a king. When you know these all things, in the such scenario, how data science is influencing the life of a small children to a old age person. I'll give you example. I'll give you some trending examples. You can check that and validate. According to the recruitment firm of the Michael Pages 2021, which is considered as the most important, so they states that the data science professional within 3 to 10 years of experience are going to get annual salary in 25 to 65 lakh ranges, while those with more experience can command up to 1 crore. Many of you have seen the example, like the companies are taking the student as a campus placement, and many institutions are claiming that our student got 40 lakh package. Even if we compare in the Hyderabad, 25, 35, 40 lakh packages is very, very common for, I'm not saying for much, but maybe it's a one or two, but it is very, very common. So the point is that they used to get it. Next is it a motivation? Number one. If it is not a motivation, is it a motivation for parents? Number two, if it is not a motivation of parents. Number three, is it a motivation for industry? The question is very, very important. You can have 6-month training in the Python, you can become expert. You can have a 1-year experience with Hadoop and R, you can be expert. You can even start opening a book and start some programming, you can be expert in visualization. But here my counter question is 25 to 65 lakh rupee salary is not small. How it is going to take place? Why today so many colleges are opening, and do they really think that this thing is going to be true? Yes, a question which is need to be understand, and let us see how it happen. Professional with over 15 years of experience can get paid up to 1.8 crore. Till now, if I compare my studies before 10 to 15 years, if you have completed the master's and doctorate in computer, even you cannot earn 1.8 crore. But just you see that the professional with over 15 years of experience of the data science are gonna get 1.8 crore and so on. So there is a two things which need to be connected with this slide. The one is either the industry consultants are trending the topic, number one. Number two, not only trending the topic, but they are also attracting the topic to the end user who so-called as a new student, or else you have to believe it. Somewhere there is a truth. Somewhere there is a truth. So question is still pending. Let us see. If now in 2021, I compare in general placement of the companies, it vary from 4.5 lakh to 9 lakh rupees easily. Even 12 lakh rupees up to easily the students are getting. Now I'm telling of 2021, and I'm not using a word data science also. The fresher peoples with really good talents, the companies are giving them easily 6 lakh to 8 lakh to 9 lakh to 12 lakh rupee package, depends upon the profile. Even they are freshers. So again, a point need to be counter attack and a counter study at the same time. If they people who do not study the data science are getting 8 lakh to 12 lakh rupee, or in general they are getting 5 lakh to 6 lakh rupee, very, very basic package I am telling, will the data science give 25 to 65 lakh rupee range even if they have 3 years of experience? So let us remove the 3 years of experience. So 25 of, if we see 5 into 5 is 25. So meanwhile, just it's a motivation point. The data science is taking place. It's a most important part. And yes, I can say surely nowadays the students are taking the courses because of their bright future. It's not a Guru Shishya Parampara where people are saying simply, okay, whatever the Guruji will say, the disciple will do, and after that they will move to the home. Not like that. Today the parents are very smart, and before investing the amount on the children's, they definitely like to calculate it as well. So data science is definitely giving us some sort of promising career in future. The point comes, future is very good. Is it a business? Or as I told you in my slide, business perspective technology. So the question comes in my mind is, if it is a business perspective technology, or is it is a business perspective course, or I should say that it is a very, very thick investment. For your information, just 1 minute, please. Just 1 minute.
So it's about the letter of recommendation.
No. Today I'm busy up to 4:30.
Tomorrow I will come.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
So when we are looking, when we are looking the point of think like 5 into 5 is 25. And even if we see the base, if the student is getting 15 lakh or 10 lakh, not bad. And if we see the current fee structure of the universities, it is nearby range from maybe 2 lakh to 20 lakh rupees. We will compare it in the next slide, like how to compare the salary versus the course duration. So where is actually the point? Where is actually the point? What is needed to be done in the student, so when he'll go to a market, it can say that yes, he's a data scientist or data science expert. The field of data science and machine learning is quickly becoming one of the most important, most in-demand field, but there is still a lack of qualified professional. This is where postgraduate certificate program in data science machine learning comes in. So let us divide the entire story into the two part. The one part is, let a student is a fresher, he can join, he's having a choice, he can move, it's good. But think about a question where a person who is already having the 5 to 10 year experience and he wanted to switch in the data science, then what is need to be done? A very, very important question. Of course, if tomorrow I know that this course or this specialization, this domain is really so bright, who will not like to join? Okay, we are teacher, forget it. Think about the IT industry, where the cutting edge competition and cutting edge technology, they are living in the life. So this is that you have certain certificate programs of data science, machine learnings and all. I had a small discussion with my one friend, he's in the IIT, and I asked them that the program which you are running is very costly. Don't you think it is very costly? So simply they inform me that, sir, being as a program coordinator, the mostly people who are coming in a postgraduate program are those who are a working professional, number one. And number two, the company is sponsoring them. Why company sponsoring them? Because each IT company wanted to brush up the skills of their employee, not only brush up the skill, in addition, they wanted to tell, we also wanted a mini project of machine learning and data science in our in-house companies. So the companies are sponsoring the candidates, and when companies are sponsoring, then paying them 5 to 10 lakh rupees, not a big job. However, we are charging only 2 lakh rupees with GST. So dear participant, a very, very important question is, when people can switch, why people switch, what is the motivation for switching? Upskilling and specialization is really, really very important. I have seen now the people who are even doing PhD in data science and machine learning, they are very less interested in the academics. Instead, they are more interested to move in industry. The reason being is the pay and perks are there very, 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 very handsome. So data science and machine learning we call is the steep learning curve. It's a learning curve, even though there is a huge influx of data scientists in India every year. But unfortunately, very few people have the required expertise and specialization. When you open a YouTube or when you open a Google, you find there are more than lakhs of the video which is based on data science and machine learning. And surprisingly, each video could have more than 10,000 views or more. But point is, do they really helping in solving the industry demand? So the last paragraph, you should see that even though there is a huge influx of data scientists in India everywhere, very few people have required expertise and specialization. A question need to be think by yourself also. After getting this FDP certificate, you will be also an expert in data science, at least a base level. You can say you have some idea of data science. Even I have also attended FDPs and I have attended certain webinars. Point is, will it be suffice or will it be adding the expertise and specialization? This is a very, very important point. So this slide is validating that there is a surging demand for professionals with specialized data skill. So you need to understand that what is expertise and specialization. data science the companies are looking. I don't know you people agree with or me or not, but since the COVID, there are many IT companies, they are allowing their employee to work from home. Though the past 2 years was the story of helplessness, like the employee do not want to go company and company do not want to invite employee in their company. But do you see that from 2021 onward, there are many companies, they are offering the data science projects to the employee and asking them to do work from your home. And they are giving very, very decent salary. And not only like that, they are saying you no need to come, just sit online and come. So a very, very important point which comes in the next stage is upskilling and specialization need to be understood in what manner it is. The college is completed, schools completed, every course is almost 1 and 2 year completed. No university is saying that online is not accepted. So what is the upskill and specialization? It's most important point. You need to check it. After that, what is the prediction? Of course, prediction, we have one machine learning techniques also put a prediction. But over here, what is the prediction? So they are saying that the data science is one of the fastest growing career in the world. You should accept the point that it is the fastest growing career in the world. If today you go to any place, if the student wanted to do MS, they are asking them, okay, what you will do? Earlier were the time that they were used to tell only, I want to do MS in softwares. But now they simply say that I want to do MS in data science. I want to do MS in machine learning. And same way, if they are asking that, what do you want to do in the BTech? The same question is, I don't want to go ahead with the plain CSE. The question comes like, why this is all happening? So the reason goes to the technologists and technocrats who are giving a good advertisements by paying them the high salary. And of course, see, every parent have a one dream that my children settle with a good and handsome package. Over there, the data science is becoming a business. And of course, they are playing a business. So data science is one of the fastest growing career in the world. The word means that it's not for India. You might be thinking that AICT thinking in 2019. Sir, AICT thinking in 2019, not word. AICT is also studying in other country, like what is going on, what do they do? And like some people copy our strategy, we do the same by others. The United States Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is considered as the highest accord in the job, they are estimating that 2026 there will be approximately 11.5 million job for the data science. This is not a survey which is given by me or wrote by me. It's freely available on internet. You can go and check. Of course, it is a motivation for everyone. It is a motivation for everyone. But at the same time, it is a really threat, and not only a threat, but a big drawback for existing courses as well. These numbers indicate that academic, public, and corporate sector already recognize the importance of data professional to their end goal, and as a result, we should see many academic institutions are offering data science mostly at graduate master level to accommodate the job market immediately. See, the market is business. Market believe in a business, and they are really selling the product which is actually sold out quickly. Just check that in the COVID era, the medicines which were not easily available, companies start making it in a huge quantity. The medicines which were in a very, very low cost, keeping in view of the situations, they have revised the rates also. I will also try to share you 2 or 3 industries which have completely revamped their infrastructure in the way of dealing with the business, and you will accept at the end, yes, it is true. So keeping in view of the future, the people are start delivering it. So of course, future prediction is very, very strong. If it is not strong, then imagine why AICT allows you to conduct FDP on data science. And it is not a one data science FDP. They are allowing more than hundreds of FDP based on emerging technology, and among them data science is one. So you should understand why the government is also taking interest in such line, why government is also creating some new things in terms of like what we need to give to the people. Let us start it first. Let us start it first, and we will go ahead. We will go ahead. Now come to the next point. Generation outcome. So when the counseling is going on, you please go and meet with any student or student's parent and simply ask one question: why you wanted your son or daughter to do engineering? Or otherwise, the people who are working in the IT industry, not satisfied with their profile, they just wanted to see and wanted to know that why are you bored with your existing job and why you wanted to change. Earlier, we used to say that the passion is actually work. Of course, passion is there. But my dear participant, passion is not alone everything until motivation is not come. For example, if at the end we say to you that we are not going to give you certificate, of course, your half of the motivation will be incomplete and leave itself. You say that what is the use? Why I should attend this when even I cannot get a certificate? A motivation is what? Okay, sir, let us join. It is a AICT FDP. At the end of 6 days, even we listen and we take away or not take away, forget it. We get certificate at least, and we will put it in the CV. And at the year, we can say that we have attended more than 10 FDPs. If the interviewer is asking, okay, gentlemen, it's very good you have attended 10 FDP. It means that even 4 hours per day, in the 5 days is 20 hours, and 20 into 10, 200 hours. You have taken a training. What is the takeaway you have taken? The answer is simply you are not able to give more than the title of the FDP. That's it. The same way the students are. They are worried. They want a career. They want a settlement. They want a handsome salary. Their parents wanted their children get a bright life, and thus these courses are rolling quickly in a market with the hope that they will make their children's career secure. If you remove this motivation, I think least people will interest. Otherwise, why it is not happen in 2019, which is happening in 2021? When 2019, the first time AICT requesting to the institutions, the 10% people come forward. The same scenario, if you look in 2021 with this slide, just look in this slide, what is written. Currently, more than 2,500 plus institutions in the country are offering 4-year courses in data science. And if I bring you back to the first slide, where I have shown you, just see what is written, that 10% of the total number of engineering institute is started it. So my dear participant, from 10% to now, when you are attending the FDP, you come approximately 100%, almost. Wherever the engineering is there and wherever CSC is there, you see that data science and machine learning is automatically there. Now it is a time to say, okay, sir, it is good. Of course, they are running because they want it. They are having the admissions. But next point immediately comes is, who is actually suffering? Who is actually suffered? So, of course, as you know that institutions are very, very cleverly and closely look to their intakes. So the most impact comes on the Department of Civil Engineering and Department of Mechanical Engineering. Even many institutions says that we don't want to run mechanical and civil. Instead, we want to run the data science and machine learning. A question arises, if overnight civil engineering and mechanical engineering can suffer a setback or a loss, can it happen to data science and machine learning also, or CSC also? No, it's really hard to say like that. But point is, it is a generation outcome where the fees is 2 to 20 lakh rupees. I read certain volumes in many IITs, even the fees is catching nearly 15 lakh to 18 lakh. And if you go with the hostel accommodation, it costs you 20 lakh rupee. And in the same way, if you go in a private institutions with hostel accommodations and all services, it is going to cost you around 6 to 9 lakh rupee very, very easily. So annually you are paying around 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh, around minimum you are paying. So if it is the 4-year courses, you are easily investing 10 lakh rupees on your children. So if you are investing that money, and even if you are not getting the 10 lakh rupee package, why your children's and why the colleges are offering the data science? If we compare it with the plain applied course, the applied course are not charging high fees, but at the same time, their salary, annual salary, or what we can call takeaway, is also not very high. So what is the most important line in this slide, what we can get? So the line is only one, that today, whichever the colleges you go, the college is offering the computational sciences like computer science and IT. They are offering the machine learning and data science also. And not only these two, even they are offering the IoT and cyber security also. I'm not telling that which university have how much intake and which college have got how much intake. This is none of my business. But yes, I can say to you that data science is really a business perspective course in the current era. If it is not so, really, it will not be easy to the stakeholder to tell, okay, quickly close overnight civil and mechanical and take over these two courses in lieu of that. So this is simply a point of business. So that is why I called it over here is a business perspective technology. Let's proceed to the next stage. How many of you, I'm not sure how many of you are there, and how many of you have been study about the history of computer. But if even you are a computer student, or even if you are the electronics student, or even if you are an engineering student, you have seen the story of computer. So today we are in the data science. I will bring you picture by picture to this place, but let me take just 1 minute. I'll not take more than 1 minute to each slide now. Like in the 70s, what we call technology, it is front of you. You can see that. In 70s and 80s, when people were taking it, you just look in that what this gentleman is doing it. I think you are able to see that there are so many integrated boards, analog, and as such, not much digitalized age. So the things are controlling in the analog age in 70s. Now you are in 21st century, where you are calling is a data science. So let me try to bring you close to 21st century from this slide onward. So next 3 slides are going to compare about how the technology shift changes. Okay, how the technology shift changes. Just 3 slides are more than sufficient. Nothing is written in the slide, and neither you need to read anything. Just try to visualize it, because data science says that visualization is also one of the part of data science. Okay, so this slide states that the control room is there, and certain devices are connected, and in the analog age they are doing like that. Now come to the next. What happened in 80s then? If you compare with the 70s to 80s, you can very simply see that we have changed from analog to digital. And it was the first time when people were saying that you can become a technologist. I'm discussing, this is the pictures all you have seen in your 80s, 90s, and so on. Such type of transmitters, computers, and such type of devices you can call like the generation of computer. Just check that. Very, very interesting picture this is. So when you compare these two pictures, I'm not sure any participant can see any changes, but this is we declaring it as a analog to digital changes. I'm not teaching you a history of computer. Please do not worry. I'm trying to connecting you quickly with the data science. That's it. I have no any objective. When you come from the analog to digital, let's come down to 90s. I don't know you people have experiences or not, but I have personally experienced that when I was in the graduation, and when we were going inside the computer lab, our instructor and teacher were strictly asked us to remove the slippers and socks outside and come then inside. I don't know the purpose. Even till now I'm not able to understand that, but they say like virus and dust and something come. But just you see that how in 90s the changes, you have witnessed it. You are a witness. If any one of you have the age of about 90, oh sorry, about 30, you are a witness. You have seen that. Just go back. Yes, I know this is maybe you have not experienced. Could be if your engineering is completed in 1995 or 2000, it could be the part of that. If you have done after 2000, the engineering, then you would be very, very easy with this. So a question comes in my mind, and a question must comes in your mind also. Is it a hardware change era, or it is a software change era? Or it is a both, like it is a hardware change era, or it is a software change era, or it is a both? It's a very, very important question, gentlemen. Data science is very, very strongly connected with this. Why I am telling you? Because if you see that from the analog to digital, okay, fine, you jump up. But from digital to the communication age, when you are coming, of course, there you have to discuss about the 2G also, 3G also. You have to discuss 5G also. You have to discuss latest handheld devices also. I'll come on that point why data science is coming in this picture. I will prove you. Please do not worry. So just see that these three pictures, and when I come to the final picture, so quickly I just show you that the control room and the human-machine interaction automation, or you can so-called is artificial intelligence. So just over there, I have one question from you. If anyone participant can tell me, fine. If you are in a sleep mode, then I won't disturb you. Like, the question is very, very simple. What is next? If you are not able to do, tell me, okay, no problem. No one is astrologer. We don't know what is tomorrow. But can anyone tell me that is the artificial intelligence terms comes only in 20th century, or was it available already in the past also? This is a very simple question you can discuss with yourself. The question which I have leave is artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, deep learning, and so on. These words are everyone have listened in recent past 3 to 5 years, not more than that. Not more than that. If now is 2021, if I ask anyone in 2011, do you have experience of machine learning or deep learning? You will simply say that, yes, it is just the early stages. And if I move you a little bit to 1998 and 1995 or 90s, then of course you will again come back with this picture. This picture. You will come back to this picture. Then you come back to this picture. So I don't want to bring you to this picture. I want to ask you that this is the place where we have to live. This is the place where we have to live. So a question comes, and a question is a self-question. Why the industry is asking their employees not to come in the office? And just imagine, this is at least the networking age. What you are able to see, this is networking age. Think about this situation. At that time, what the artificial intelligence was doing. This is a one question. If anyone can really tell me, I'm really very happy. What the artificial intelligence was doing at this age. And what the artificial intelligence was doing this age, when you teach your students, I hope each one of you have gone through a bit about intelligence, artificial intelligence, and in that we have already told to our students that artificial intelligence is not a new. However, it is first time introduced by 1956 in the conference by Dartmouth. So when 1956 AI was there, what is AI you are able to see in this analog? What AI you are able to see in the digital age? And if you are not capable to see any AI in these two, what AI you are able to see in this communication age? A very, very important question. Because when you call data science, it's expected that you are well versed with AI also. It's not like that you are not It's not like that. So can anyone give me the reply about this role of AI and all? Because once you are clear with AI, then we can move easily with data science. Yes, sir. If anyone can speak just 1 or 2 minutes, I'm happy. So we are here. Yes, sir. Is anyone speaking?
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Hello, sir. Actually, that time we don't have that much technology so that we can process the lots of data. Right now we are having the advancement. AI was exist earlier, but we don't have so much power, so much technology, so much network. That's why we can process it. But right now we can process it because we are having that fastest technology where you can store your large or voluminous data in a memory. But that time that's not possible. In fact,
Yes.
processing power is not there. So what is the
Yes.
mean of that time? I mean, AI was there, but this type of AI which we are looking in this present era, it's definitely possible in this era only.
Yeah,
This
thank
is
you,
my
Pushpa.
opinion.
Thank you. You really given a very good input. That
Thank you, sir.
no. Yes, it is justified. It is justified. So what Pushpa is saying over here is that the memory is there. Of course, it is one of the part of that. But let me add one word. In addition of her all the justification, we should appreciate at least she whatever she told, it's correct. Now I just use only one word, not more than that. What we call it's a intelligence. The earlier people were more molded to their business in manual, and slowly as they are coming in electronic, now even they are good in e-business and they are good in smart business. So in that, automatically we are utilizing the technology, and the technology what we are utilizing, or of course it is the artificial intelligence. And apart than that, there is a no doubt that lot of things has improved. Every time it is improved, and even we do not know what is going to be tomorrow. Only we used to study in the books, but when we see a little example in the real time, let me again explain small things. Like, there is a two things. One is a BTech final year student get a project. He connect with certain outsource companies. They hand over the project, they execute the code, and then he push a project report. He signed it and say, I am BTech project report. Let us see the another example. Even the same student is in a company of the first year, second year. A small challenge is given to him, a very small challenge. Nobody is expecting him to go and take the whole industry in his head or head. So a small logic, he completely wrap up his day and night, and completely, even after a month and two, he says that, sir, it seems that I have no solution. And in front of them there is certain experienced people. They simply say that, okay, why don't you use this model instead of that? And quickly he compare out, and the example is MS Excel. That's it. This is that what data basically you are taking is so huge and working out. Why don't you use a new tool in visualization? And it's very easy. This is what data science is. This is what AI is. And this is what a project part is. So in the project part, when he's taking only the 20 devices, he's taking 10 devices. He's even whatever taking is the forge and fabricate also. Nobody's going to check it. But the same thing when he go in a real time, even managing a single router, even managing a single switches, even managing a single data, what so called is MIS, even MIS, it's a completely change. That's a data science. That's a beauty of data science, right? And you people will see it. Just think it. Before 5 year to 10 year, when the entire thing were going in the MS Office, which is now taking a shape with ERP and supply chain management and a small so-called customized software. Just see another good example, which each one of you have seen if you are a teacher. Earlier, we were more forced to take offline examination. Now it's an online examination. How the data calculation is easy. How the data calculation is easy, and a huge data can be kept so safe. So this is all about the future of data science. So quickly, I complete this 3 slide, and then I'll come to next. The changes of the data science is forcing people. Yes, there is the bright career. And now what earlier we were used to say 5 days a working, the people nowadays are opting, like, if it is, let's imagine we don't have to go to the office and we are getting salary every month. And in such case, you are anywhere. Only 2 things you need: a good speed of computer and a good speed of internet. Once these 2 you have, maximum job is done. And every first you are getting a salary. So think it. You are moving in a very smart age. You are moving in a smart age. Well, question again, I'm trying to connecting you, like what AI and what data science is comparing. How the things. Everyone know that USA is always taking care, or not only taking care, but it's a good lead in technology innovation. If you have a doubt, you can ping me now itself. You can ping me now itself. I will correct myself. The question, again, I'm dictating to you that what we people are doing, we have a study-based protocol. Okay, let us see what others are doing. What others are doing, is it okay? Are they happy? Yes, they are happy. Let us redo. However, the outside people, okay, so what? No problem. Proceed. We will see. And so on. So the AI increasing interest, you just see in the few words. US is the first country to develop a strategic plan for AI in 2016. It means that before 5 years, when we were thinking about the digital India, they have chart out the complete strategy for AI. In competition of USA, China is always there. We people also believe that Chinese products are very, very famous, very, very common. And the Chinese products are, in fact, low costs also. So China has also started a plan of AI, a goal to become a world leader by 2030. At that time, USA government invested 5.3 billion USD in the Science, DARPA, and Department of Transportation. MIT, which is considered as the top 5 institutions of QS ranking, announced the investment of 1 billion and create a 50 new digital chairs and sit them experts to deal out with technology. And the European Union has decided to increase the budget of AI 2020 up to 1.5 billion. And UK announced a new investment of 1 billion, Germany 3 billion, France 1.5 billion. But I'm going to share you about the India states also. Sir, before 5 years, see, a question, everyone's mind come. Against everyone mind come, ये data science है क्या? AI है क्या? Why it is so much rolling in everyone's, and even nowadays, 11th and 12th class subject syllabus is also changing. There is also some AI came, there is also some smart interest projects came, there is also some sort of robotics came. So a question, of course, every time a question comes, like what the BTech 4th year students are doing, what the BTech 2nd year students are doing, don't you think a small footstep is already taken care by 11th and 12th in the school? So, of course, increasing interest in AI in the globe impacted the India to start the AI BTech, data science BTech, machine learning BTech, and so on. It's not like that the overnight someone tells, this is not like a real estate business. Like the 4 people sit together and has a one rate and then entire area has that rate. It is not like that. It's a completely technology with country situational and country positional. So when you see these all, when these all were happening, you will surprise to see that when these all happening, but in the last it is written but. So what is the but? When these things was happening, the Amazon invested in R&D 16.1 billion in 2017. Alibaba invested 15 billion USD in 3 years, And European Union has decided to increase the budget for AI in 2020 up to 1.5 billion, and so on. Now a question comes that when the companies are start investing so much money in their R&D, question is who will sit? Who will sit and who will work? The answer is very simple, like we people. And already, if you go in this last slide, I just show you very, very important line, which need to be again remember that analysts predict Indian Inc. is witnessing the rapid digitization of business and services, making it second largest hub for data science in the world. One thing you should very clearly accept that entire globe, whatever the people are doing, we Indians are there in direct or indirect form. And as we Indians are there, you cannot give me even one company where you can call there is a no India. Really, earlier I was also surprised to see, but when I see that the huge portion of our youth moving for the IT services abroad and sitting in India and giving a services to abroad, it's very, very high, and they are very, very good companies. So the question comes immediately in our mind is who is going to deal out? And the motivation is, of course, our students, of course, our country citizens, and of course, our countrymen. So a very, very strong motivation comes from here is that if the companies are investing, they are not investing for alone and sole for theirs. We have a good contribution in their growth. You can see even the chiefs of many IT companies, even the company are under the US or under the different country globe regulations, but you see that the names are in our country. So definitely the country has a good motivation. Now, come back to the point. I hope the background of the data science is okay to you. And if you have a question at this stage, please ask me. Else, in the next stage, I'm going to tell you how the data science is changing the life and how the data science is taking a shape in our personal as well as professional life. If you have a question, you can raise it or you can write it in the comment box. I'll look up. If not, I'll proceed it. So, Nair sir, do you want I should give 5-minute break?
Yes, sir.
Okay, with your permission, sir, I'm just taking 5 minutes and then we'll come back, right?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Participant can ask question in chat box also.
Yes, sir. Department in which constitute company proceedings in mobile. Publications can be
Okay, well, as it is a digital, so let's not take much break and come back to the point. I think someone has asked me a question like participant can put their question. What are the different role of data scientist? Aziz, this question is a very, very, vague question. This question is something like you are asking like, what are the different role of IT specialist? So shortly, I'm coming on a data science where I will be dividing the data science stages into 2 or 3 part. There you can check like interest of the engineer can go in that place. It's not like that a person can be perfect in all stages. It's impossible. It's very, very much impossible. But the most important part is I will share you the data science, like exactly where it coupled, what are the major sections where it work, and then it is easy for you to move on, right? Particularly they have to work for business. Most important part is that the data scientists have to give a very crisply outcome to the management on based they can take a quick decision and save money, time and technology and manpower. So roles are very, very different. Let us first quickly see what I'm going to come on. Fine. So Nair, can you please confirm the slides are visible?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So first you should see this. Quickly see this. I have very, very less time. So again, I will hope you people get some takeaway from this PPT. First, data science is not like we call artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science engineering. Okay, so you cannot say data science is a branch of computer science engineering alone. The reason being is the data science is a multidisciplinary field where the managers are working, IT people are working, end users is working, consumers are working, and in present market demand is working. So data science is a multidisciplinary field that use scientific process, methods, algorithm, and system to extract knowledge and insight from data. So see, you could have learn about a big data word also. I'll just show a few slides. Maybe you are able to assemble the connectivity. In the continuation of machine data science, the machine learning is an application of AI that provide a system ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. So some place just come down to a picture. If you can see a picture, let me try to move it a little so you can see that. Now you can see that, I hope. The deep learning, machine learning, and AI, it's in a queue. It's in a queue. But you see the data science is overlapping on AI, machine learning, and deep learning. If you see a union set and subset or like that, if you understand a little bit mathematics, here the most important part is data science is not alone a computer science engineering. It's really a good mix. And if I find a quick comparison, so you see that like if you are in a C, C++, Java, what do? You write a syntax, you give an input, you get a query like in terms of answer. However, when you move in a machine learning, you have a data, you have answer, it makes your rule. Like just before 5 minutes, our one of the participant, Pushpa, share the very important point. We have enormous data. So of course, that data only make you a rich. That data make you a rich, and most important part is how to encash your business from the data. This is the data science cover. This is the data science cover. Earlier, the same thing we used to do in Excel. What do we do in Excel? For example, you have to take a survey of your company, your product, your employee, and so on. You have to individually move on. You have to one-to-one move on. But right now, what happened? You have a very quick rule of feedback. Even you go to ATM, you take out 100 rupee. In a 2 minutes, you get a message. Thank you for banking with us. Could you please provide us a 1 minute feedback? That's it. Nobody is behind you, but you forget they have completely taken your feedback. So data science is a completely multidisciplinary field. where you are using a methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insight from data. So if there is nothing wrong if I say that the people who are good in MIS can be a one added advantage as a manager to improving the process of data science. You can say like that. Playing with Excel is now really in demand. They are not giving you Excel. They are giving you another software. They can give you SEMrush. They can give you any another ready to use tool. You just put a data, the graphs are ready. In the Excel, what do? First, you put a data, create a table, call the graph, type of graph, and then you see a graph. But right now, you take a tool, enter the data, click, the graphs are ready. So this is something about that. Let's go to the next. If now you are able to understand the machine learning, deep learning, and AI is a core part of computer science engineering. The data science is the branch of computer science engineering. So it is taking care AI, it is taking care machine learning, it is taking care deep learning. But not only these three, it will take some more also. I will show you in the next slide. So be very careful. Like the question was what the data scientist can do. A data scientist should have analytic, should have managerial, should have technical, and should have a good knowledge of the latest working model. That's a basic expectation. So what is the expectations on machine learning first? Let's see quickly. What is the expectations of machine learning? The Prime Minister recently inaugurated a railway station in Bhopal, and they claim that this railway station is one of the most technology-based and a good lavishing in terms of the comfort at par airport, and it will be giving you a digital information at par easily. Now the question comes in front of us, exactly what they installed in the platform. So let's take it a very simple way. The machine learning, if we look data science and machine learning, it helps engineers, physicists, operators to understand and manage complicated machine and physics phenomenon, often generating big amount of data. So what the one participant states, it's written in this slide. The most important part is handling big amount of data. So these things you people have already studied in the data warehousing. This thing you have already studied in the big data. Now the question is, what is the data science is taking care? So my dear participant, please do not get confused. The stages get changes, the process get revamped, and the models gives you a new outcome. We call this is a new technology. That's it. Even surprisingly, in the background, Excel is working, but when the software application interface you are using, you at that time not going to create a table, not going to make a boundary, not going to take a print of the correct table, and so on. Everything is well fit in behind. Only they are giving you a good GUI. And in the good GUI, you are able to understand that, oh, how easy it is to enter a data. So what do we want from the data scientist and machine learnings? Anomaly detections, virtual diagnostics, machine tuning, performance optimizations, and machine model. So these are a few examples. If you want to go in a detail, you people will get it very, very easily. Anomaly detections, virtual diagnostics, machine tunings, performance optimizations, and all. And machine learning, like we go in the AI, the supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. You will get it here. Not only these three. Again, please listen this picture, which you can see in the left side bottom. The deep learning, machine learning, AI is the core CSC part. You can call computer science engineering part, which is taken overlap by the data science part. So now you can ask a question like, what is left? Who is taking care of that? So now quickly come to the point. AI is, of course, growing. As you can see it from the 1956, first time it was came, 1956 in the Dartmouth. But surprisingly, even before 1956, Alan Turing machine was there in 1950. And it was also the part of AI. But at that time, Alan Turing was not known that AI will get shape after 50 years. See how long he has to wait. So nowadays the researchers are saying, I have published 100 paper, 200 paper, 500 paper. What outcome, God knows. But over here, the 1950s work even now witness a lot. Alan Turing test recognition machine, lie detector test. You see that. So the core research is really always great. 1995 and 1997, when Vishwanathan Anand was the chess grandmaster, the Blue Deep beat Garry Kasparov. But now if anyone asks, do you know who is a grandmaster of chess? Nobody knows. But this is taken care by AI. And so many new things you can see in the AI. So it is really taking big shapes. You see that. In 2006, University of Toronto develops the deep learning models. 2011, IBM Watson won the Jeopardy, and 2016, just before 5 years, Go software based on deep learning beat world champion. Sir, point is, the most important point is what we see more than the speed, we ignore that. But again, when it comes in a new forms, we call it a new name. This is technology. Of course, something is changed. Of course, even you are using a mobile, after next new mobile you take, it's definitely upgrade from previous one, but you forget that how it upgrade, we will going to defend it by using the data science. Okay. Even surprisingly, 1993, what you are able to see, a paper of machine learning was published, which people were saying there is no machine learning before 2010 and 2015. You see that. You can go and refer. The paper is based on machine learning in control system. So these 2-3 points have given us an idea that the technologies are not new. They are already in the past as well. So what is changes? What is changes? Now a question comes. Data science is doing what? It's analyzing a data has a long history. Even you have a time to compare yourself with the big data also. Now you have a time to compare it with the big data also. And there have been many terms that have used to describe such endeavors: statistics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data analytics. Be careful when we are moving in a data science. Statistics is going to be the foundation of the course. Any student, if he say that he's poor in statistics, he cannot be a good in data science. Apart that, machine learning AI is already there, and then we move to the data analytics. Which we call so as a recommendation or recommender system predictions and so on. Can anyone see what are you able to see in this picture? If anyone can tell me, really, I'm happy. What you can see in this picture. I'm just going to show you another picture also. What you are able to see in this picture? Yes, sir, tell me.
In burning coal, sir.
Yes, it's a burning coal. And what is this?
Sir, this is train carrying coals.
There's carrying coal, and here you see the thermal plants are there.
Okay, sir.
That is the analysis of big data to data science. आप लोगों को पता है, you know very well, a small lanterns or a small where the coals are burning. But when the shape is taking huge, like one participant justified that now artificial intelligence is taking a shape. How? Because we are now able to access a whole big data. And even now we can call the data sets are really very easily available, whether you go in a Kaggle or you go in a Google data set or you go in IEEE data sets. Past were the day when we are used to write a letter to the Jawaharlal Nehru University that we need these paper, please take a printout and send us in a hard copy. And they used to charge 5 rupees per paper, I think so, if I am not wrong. But now you see what happened. So, my dear participant, the data science is something like that. What we have seen in the past, what you are seeing there, the both pictures are now you can see a level of expositions of data, how much more data you are now compiling and how much we used to compile. In both cases, you can see the coal is there. In both cases, you see the coal is burning. But one in a big thermal plant, you can call so is NTPC or anything. And another one, you see a small plant. This is the difference between the data and big data and moving to the data sciences. That clarity you should have at least a clarity, that much clarity. Okay. Now come to the next. We'll come quickly. What is good? What is bad? Quickly we come to what is good, what is bad. So if we look is a good part, the experiments, observations, numerical simulations, and things are really good. Why? Because the data you are taking now is not in MB and GB. Now it's moving with the petabytes and so on. However, if you move it as you have the more data, so the analysis is of course it is going good, and as you have the more heavy data, the conclusions you are giving is of course is a weightful. Suppose if I study on the 100 patients and if I study on the 1,000 patients, then definitely the study outcome of 1,000 patients will have more weight than 100 patients. That's it. So the word stats is playing a very good game at this stage. You cannot say that you are read out from mathematics. Even early computing programming also and now computing programming also is the love and foundation part of mathematics. But what is the bad? Given a large mass of data, we can by judicious selection construct preferable, perfectly plausible, unassailable theory, all of which, some of which or none of which may be right. The statement is given by Paul Arnold Sri. So the bad part is, nowadays why so much papers are publishing? Because finding results is easy, and not only finding results is easy, getting the result as per your choice is easy. You please don't take it another way. Don't take it another way. Being as a simple general editor-in-chief and being as a many conference proceeding editor, I have personally seen that surprisingly, even the publishers are failed to find the fabrication of data in manuscripts. Literally, I'm telling you. A question must arise in your mind this time. You should have a question. Why the publishers are hiring academic people as an editor-in-chief? Why not they give them full-time job and let you do it? Just think a question. The publishers are not poor people. They are very, very good business. So the question comes again, why they take the editor-in-chief position as a temporary, and why they ask a most senior person or a very, very good exposed person to that area as editor-in-chief. The bad part, you read the bad part. Given a large mass of data, we can by judicious selection construct perfectly plausible, unaccessible theory, all of which, some of which, and none of which. Everyone know that when you are doing PhD, the most focus you have in your PhD is to defend your motion and objective in terms of result. Irrespective in the full scale, it is worthy or non-worthy. Earlier, we used to see the stories in MBA, like they used to get some sort of scales and they used to take some stats and they used to create some table. And with the help of that, they get some graphs and purposefully they project the graph and they get the degree. So when I was doing the PhD, I was thinking that the MBA PhDs are quite easy than engineering PhD. The reason being is they don't have to conduct any experiment. But now you see the softwares, the availability of softwares, and the really rigidness of the software, things are not as easy as we are thinking. So the good part is you have a huge data to analyze, and it's not easy to chalk out things easily. No, it's not easy. However, the bad part is again the bad part. Come to the next, hopeful. what is hopeful for the data science. When the good part is that you have the huge data, the bad part is that as the data is big, you are taking a taste of your data. The hopeful is the ability to take data, to be able to understand it, to process it, to extract value from it, to visualize it, to communicate it. That's going to be hugely important skill in the next decade. So one gentleman asked a question that what are the role of data scientist? I don't know the name, but I'm sorry. Gentlemen, you can read the first 3 lines and you can go ahead. The data scientist role is this: the ability to take data. Of course, the data is given to you, to be able to understand it. What data is given at the end, you cannot say, what is that data? You need to understand it. You need to process it. You need to extract value from it. You need to visualize it. You need to communicate it. That is going to be hugely important skill in next decade. So this is the characteristics of data scientist. Even if anyone asks a question, you can give this reply. Data scientist, at last, what data scientist is doing? This is the job. अब इसी को data science में आपको बोलेंगे we are doing cleaning the data, processing the data, refining the data, clustering the data, decision the data, and finding the data. I'm not taking that part. In general, I'm telling you the data scientist is going to be on this. And not only the professional level, but even at the educational level, from elementary school kid for high school to the college. Because now we really do have essentially free and ubiquitous data. So the complementary scare factor is ability to understand that data and extract value from it. Just to see that how the data science has changed the marketing of advertisement to their user. You can connect it to the hopeful. Whatever your interest is, that type of advertisements you are getting. What type of hobbies you have, that type of post you are having. Whatever type of likings you have, that type of information you are reading. However, the Google is a huge. So who is doing this all in background? Today you are searching a ticket from Hyderabad to Bangalore. Next 5 days, the Hyderabad to Bangalore tickets are coming in your laptop. Why? How? And it's not coming somewhere you become a customers also. So of course it's a business. Of course it's a part of business. So this is the hopeful part. Now it is the right time to coordinate with big data and data science. Like you are able to understand that we are using the petadata or a gigabytes and more data, and we have now the data server. We have now the big servers and infrastructures where the data can be kept safe. Second question immediately arises, is the big data and data science is same? Of course, before 2019, if I start from 1998 database management system, if I compare to 1998 to 2008 database management system to big data, but in between them, the one word come that is called data mining and data warehousing. And when you come from 2008 to 2018, database management system, data mining, data warehousing, big data, and now as you are appearing in 2021 and on, you are able to see the data science. 4 words is very clear to you: database management system, data mining and data warehousing, big data, and data science. Now the question is that in all the 4 words are consists of data. All the 4 words are consist of data. So are the big data and data science is the same thing? A question. When you call, I'm a data science expert and I am playing with the big data, the question immediately comes as an interviewer to you: are you a big data specialist? You say, no, I am a data science. So I would not say so. The data science can be done on small data sets. However, the big data is always on the big data. Please understand this point. The data science nowadays, even if you are taking the AI lab, and when you are taking the hidden Markov model, or when you are taking a very, very simple Bayesian network, Bayesian belief networks program, you will surprise to see that a small data set is enough for you. Even for the PhD, when you are taking certain data, we are not asking you to take the sample of thousands. Even when you call, sir, this is the Kaggle data set, is a reliable data set, then even if it is a 10 pictures, we accept it as a data set. So data science can be done on a small data set. However, not everything done using big data would necessarily be called data science. अब हम आ रहे next picture पे. So first I give you a clarity. A question any time can be asked in interview when you are going. When you call, you are as a data science expert. Immediately question comes, could you give me the 3 line of difference between big data and data science? Because I gave you the 4 word: database management system, data warehouse and data mining, big data and data science. And all the 4 words have data. But you just see that. If you see the previous picture from this picture, you see there is an overlap. Are big data and data science are same? I would not say so. Why you would not say so? The big data is always with the huge. You go in R programming, you go in a Hadoop, you go in Kafka, you go in MQTT, where you are taking the real-time data. So big data is huge. Then you call it a big data. But data science, very small data also, you are able to find the answers. But certainly there is a substantial overlap. So overlap simply justify to you that the data is, yes, we are enjoying the big data privileges in data science. We are not telling you that the big data means not data science and data science means no big data. It's not like that. Yes, there is substantial overlap, and overlap simply means that it will take the privileges of big data to data science. Data science is not only to take with small data set, it can work with the huge data sets also. So it means that substantially overlap. So don't get confused. And now let us come quickly with 2 or 3 pictures which you'd love to see it. A question is, what data science is. Already I told you here, a data science is a multidisciplinary field that use methods, process, algorithm. So now let me bring you to a picture. If it is so multidisciplinary, then what multidisciplinary is in front of you. Data science is expecting you to be good in mathematics. Data science is expecting you to have a computer science, and at the same time, a data science is asking you to be a domain expertise. Domain expertise means if you are taking a big data, then how this big data is going to take, what exactly the data scientist is going to do. So data scientist is going to use mathematics, statistical research. Data science is going to use computer science, preferably machine learning models, deep learning models. And once it get a mathematics and computer science, the next question immediately come in front of them: how to process a data. And if a person is able to do that, yes, he is a perfect data scientist. So if you are making your career toward data science, please don't think alone coding can make you a good data science. Alone coding can make you a good in programming in R. Alone coding can make you a good in programming in Python. Alone coding can make you a good in programming of certain technologies. But if you do not know empirical use of mathematics, how to use mathematics and how to use stats, very, very tough, very, very tough. And apart that, how to do a data processing. Let us come to a next. When you call, you need to be a data science. When you call, you need to be a statistics. And when you call, you need to be a database. Compulsory, you should know high performance computing. In computer science, you should know advanced or high performance computing. A simple student can also say, I do not know machine learning, I don't know deep learning, I don't know big data. Can't I work on data science? Answer output is no, you cannot. And the next answer will be simply, better you go with the MS Excel, play with certain values, come out with certain graph and call them it's the outcome of the data science, but it is not a outcome of data science. It's a very, very meager, it's a very, 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 very small part. Next, statistical analysis, it should be very good. From the first year itself, mostly students believe that a mathematics has no role in computer science engineering. And another side, the medical student thinks that I am a biology student, so mathematics is not a cup of tea for me. But both are completely wrong at their places. Whether you go in a medical science or whether you go in engineering science, whether you are using direct or indirect, the mathematics is play a key role in the success of any model. Whether you take any model, no any model can exist without mathematics. And most important, like I just connected, database, data warehousing, big data, and data science. So, my dear participants, make sure that you have a good idea of connectivity of these four data. If you have a good connectivity of these four, I can vouch you can easily convince your recruiter that you have really a good ability of data science. Really. Recruiter is not interested to know about database management system. Neither he is interested to know about a data warehouse, nor he is asking you about a big data. He straightly put a question on your head that what is data science. But if you are really correctly able to align these data, it means that the understanding is very good. It means simply that understanding is very good to you. Now we come to the next. Check that. How the big data, data science, and data analysis are overlapping to AI. I show you this picture. I think, I don't know how many of you have still remember, but I'm quickly, this one. Data science overlapping artificial intelligence. Now I want to bring you with terms and technologies, how particularly this is taking a shape. Check that. Artificial intelligence overlapping data science. The most important part is you can see that a data science is really very, very responsible course. Data science is very, very responsible course. It is not like a popcorn. You just go outside, eat, and come back and say, yes, I am expert. It's not only the 1 week and 2 week study. It needs a long horizon of understanding of technology. It need a just give me 1 minute, sir. Just
Okay, sir.
I'm so sorry. So just you see that the overlapping of machine learning to data science. So anyone who is looking to get expertise in the data science, compulsory database management system clarity, big data clarity, data analytic clarity, and this clarity along with how to use the machine learning model, how to use the deep learning model, or in general, how to use the artificial intelligence. Like you see that the courses are BTech AI, BTech machine learning, and BTech data science. If you closely see these three courses, then you will surprised to know that the institution stakeholders are just shuffling few course code. Apart than that, the maximum strength is the same. It's not like that the artificial intelligence student is saying, I don't know what data science, where it is. Or like a machine learning student is going to tell, what is data science, I don't know. Or a data science student is going to tell, what is deep learning and machine learning, I don't know. So surprisingly, you see why I choose this title, Business Perspective Technology. Indirectly, it is a part of business. Indirectly, it is a part of how to put a iteration and improve the values. Like, you know, when you are putting a loop and when you are giving a iteration, next time the value is revised. Again, next time the value is more revised. However, the input is almost quick and uniform. So this is a band. And next, skills for data science. So any person who says that, yes, I am a good data scientist, So he would be having a good mathematics, statistics, he would be having the substantive, he would be having a hacking skill. And this in terms of machine learning, this in terms of data science, and this in terms of traditional research. So these are the skills is expected. So if I try to linearize this picture, very simplify this picture, then in nutshell I can say with this two word, if the student is good in mathematics and if a student is good in programming, yes, he has a capability to become a good data scientist. If he is having a ability to play with the models, of course it is a part of machine learning. If he has the ability to play with modeling techniques, he is the part of deep learning, machine learning, AI. And if he has the ability to use stats correctly, he is really a good data scientist. I'll just show you to the next. Why we call it is an interdisciplinary. I already told you when I started the definition of data science. Data science is a multidisciplinary. So immediately a question comes in front of you, sir, if it is a multidisciplinary, then what are the other discipline comes? So my dear participants, you can see that the data scientist is asking you a good thorough knowledge of mathematics. It's asking you a good knowledge of computer science, and at the same time, it's expecting you a good knowledge of business modeling. See, if there is no business modeling attached, then surprisingly, you see there is no motivation of studying this modeling. Remember, I started the lecture. At that time, I told you that the companies are asking their employee not to come in our office. Sir, why are you worrying? You be wherever you want it to be. If you want to be in India, okay. If you want to be in USA, okay, no problem. But do work for us remotely, and we will be sharing a salary to you timely. For your information, nowadays in MNC, there are many companies where the employees are working in the remote locations, and the companies are getting the input from them on the regular intervals and doing assessments. So business comes over here. And after the 2-year very, very hard time in the COVID, the companies are giving the policies, and the candidates now are demanding the policies that, okay, if you want to recruit me, you recruit, but I will not come to your office. Whatever work you want, I will do that. And I'm not sure if the data science is really moving a business analytics in this way. The days are not far when you see that the good MNC companies are no longer interested to call their employee in their offices. I'm not sure, but let us see after 2 to 5 years where it goes. One more thing I wanted to add you at the same time. Perhaps as mostly are academic people, you know that the UGC, earlier we know only one word, IGNOU, Indira Gandhi National Open University, and also we know like a distance learning. But surprisingly, you know that there are many data science related courses are available online, and these courses have given a full-fledged recognitions from UGC and AICTE. If this code goes successful, many people who are working in a company or many people who cannot join the courses offline, the days are not far, they are ready to beat with the people who are doing it with offline. So data science is requiring business skill, data science is requiring computer science, data science is requiring mathematics. So any people who wanted to aspire, become a data science expert, please start loving these 3 areas. Start loving these 3 areas. I'm not telling you need to be expert to each and every one, but it's an amalgamation. It's amalgamations. So you are going to see that. Now we'll come to a picture of how the data science programs are. So if I see quickly about how the data science programs are, mathematics, analytics, data access and management, data analytics and mining, business intelligence, and case studies. So these are the things you are going to check in the courses. When you call, okay, tell me you are doing data science, what exactly major you have in your hand? These are the blocks you can call. certain subjects which is related to the business intelligence and case study, certain subjects data analytics and mining, certain subjects data access and management, and certain subjects mathematical analytics. And when you integrate all, a data science is in front of you. A data science is in front of you. So I hope that with this slide, the most important part which you might be now able to know is, I'm not telling you how to clean a data, how to picturize the data, how to modeling the data, and how to use the data. But yes, when you are moving to a data science program, a basic gist, at least a basic gist should be like that. Okay. And point comes again, is it a certain? Do you feel it is a certain? So again, data science is never be certain of any inferences from data. So what we are giving as a outcome, maybe, may not be. I mean, what happened to your carefully thought of marketing plan? And what is unacceptable is when your data actually does not support the conclusion you report. So in such scenario, you have to study about the amazing stories where you have seen like how the things are, maps. With the help of data, you see that a real-time problem need to be solved. A real-time problem need to be solved. Why not you immediately thinks that when companies are paying you 10 lakh rupee, then don't company will be expecting you at least 1 crore rupee turnover? Or will they simply thinking, okay, I will give you the candidate from my pocket? And if they are thinking about the 1 crore rupee, how the money will come, how the business will escalate. So a very certainty over here is that what outcome you are giving as a marketing, you just check that in the last slide, business intelligence and case studies. What outcome you are giving, not sure always it is there. Not sure always there. So next 5 minutes, I will quickly conclude my PPTs, and then last 5 to 7 minutes, I will keep it open discussion. If you have a question, you will go ahead. Data mining says that pattern, and we are saying that life is on the Mars like that. Data science is, data mining is saying, yes, it's a pattern, but data science says that the life looks in the Mars like that. This is called correlation, business correlation. How to justify it? If we go in a tool point of view, yes, now here you can call, R is there, Python is there, Hadoop is there, NoSQL is there, and in addition, you have the machine learning and data visualization tools are there. So, of course, without the tool, the data science cannot be come up in real time. So, when you call, they are doing a practicals, immediately a question comes what they are doing. So, of course, the students are working with R programming. Python, surprisingly, Python is rising a level very, very good. Very, very good. So, I'm not sure how it is going to take a next step, but it has really taken a good shape in all the courses, whether you go in EC or mechanical or CSC. The students are given a Python as a mandatory programming course, like earlier we used to give C and C++. If we look as a non-technical skill, so the non-technical skill are simply innovation. He should be innovative. He should not say like, I don't know anything. He should be good in business expertise. At least 3 C's must be in him: curiosity, communication, and common sense to make a problem solving skill. And the most important part, data intuition should be there. So these are the non-technical skill and these are the technical skill. So when the data science is able to map these two, yes, he is ready to move in a market because he understands the market and so on. So with this, some subjects you can see. Whenever you go in some universities, you see the subjects are different, but some common subject which compulsory you are going to see: stats, regression analysis, multivariate analysis, database management system, big data management, knowledge management, data mining, machine learning, business intelligence, data mining, business applications. So these are the subjects you are very commonly see in the course. At the end, what skill the colleges are saying to give to the student, it's front of you. There are so many tools. All the tools are supporting the data science. After that, if you go in the bottom, just see that the professional skills are there. Professional skills are there, and then fundamental technical skills are there. So these are the skill you can call as a takeaway for the student when he is gearing the BTech data science 4-year courses. At the end, he will be having this much information. And I think this is the last slide to me. Yes. Some softwares, Python. Everything is in Python. Whatever he wanted to do is in Python. And about the data is to move to certain data sets. He should know how to take a data set and from where to know a data set. So data sets are there. And this is my last slide. Thank you for your patience listening. I'm really thankful to each one of you for giving me opportunity to speak on the basics of data science and how this is a business perspective too.
Thank you, sir. Dear participant, kindly ask question if any, or you can put in chat box also.
So if you have a question, you please ask. Otherwise, Nair Saab is giving the attendance sheet. Fill it and be happy.
Hello.
So anyone from participant?
सर 65 पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं. कैमरा तो ऑन कराओ आप. एक स्क्रीनशॉट ले लेते हैं, पता लगे कितने जगे हुए हैं. नैयर साहब को दे देंगे वो. अरे वाह. नैयर साहब.
यस सर.
प्रदीप सर ने कहा एक स्क्रीनशॉट लो में एक्टिव लोगों के पिक्चर आने हैं.
यस सर. Participants are requested to kindly on your video.
ये आपको अपनी ऑफिस फाइल के लिए चाहिए सर. ऑफिस फाइल के लिए चाहिए ये आपको.
वो कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
डॉक्टर प्रदीप
सर गुड आफ्टरनून.
सर गुड आफ्टरनून सर. दर्शन दीजिए, पार्टिसिपेंट आपसे मिलना चाह रहे हैं.
अरे ऐसा क्या? अरे रे 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 रे.
Well, so thanks of you, sir.
Very good evening, dear participants. I'm also equally, excited to meet my participants and dear colleagues and some of my dear friends also. So, first of all, thank you. Solanki साहब. Solanki sir, I was, intermittently connected with your presentation and with the discussion, and I'm sure this was the session, even though it was the second one only, but the maximum queries raised by the participants. So it shows their keen interest, their connectivity, and their interaction, and of course their interest also, being a faculty member. So it was one of the fine session I had to my knowledge. So now I ask and request dear participants, you can raise any query, and in fact you can raise your some concern also. As a coordinator, I would like to clarify if any. Please, over to you. नैयर साहब कुछ क्वेरीज या कुछ ऐसे क्वेश्चंस है, बिकॉज इस सेशन के बाद में वी विल टेक ऑफ. आज कंप्लीट करते हैं एंड tomorrow it will start at 9:30.
So once again, so thanks of you to everyone for giving me opportunity to speak in the program.
For a fruitful talk on the topic associated with data science.
Thank you.
Your presentation, play and interaction are so dynamic. that contains various graphs and statistics, which was helpful to make it easy to understand the concept. So I believe that we all have enlightened with your expertise through your talk. We wish to meet again in the future, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
खलील साहब को नमस्कार.
Thank you.
Jamil sir.
हाँ, जमील साहब सर नमस्कार. ठीक है सर, बाय सर, बाय. टेक केयर.
So, okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, participants, tomorrow we are meeting at 9:30,
9:30.
and the link will remain same for this entire week. And I'm happy to see Dr. Kirmani sir. Can you keep on your video, please? Kirmani sir, shayad not able to understand. Amir sir. So, Nayyar sahab, if no other queries, we can
Yes, sir.
leave for the day and meet tomorrow 9:30 for
Very good
the.
afternoon, Pradeep sir. It was very informative session.
Oh,
From beginning till evening in the morning session also, Salman sir session was very informative. Even today's afternoon session was very informative. I was very noting down all the points.
that's good.
If I have more doubts in machine learning, definitely I'll come to you.
Okay. You are most welcome, ma'am. Huh? Enjoy and happy learning for this entire FDP session.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, ji. Thank you so much. लिख देता हूँ.